welcome to Emilio's or Oye Amigos.
It's a family affair now.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your family and how this has been such a wonderful blessing to you.
Well, like I said, I started out with 8 kids. 2 of them were mine, and they were only 13, and Brian was only 10. The other ones didn't last long because they had sports or whatever, and it was a rough time for me then trying to schedule around everything. And then I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, your family, what's fun for us is that when we come here, we know your family, they know us, they know our order to the T, and I'm guessing we're probably not the only ones that they know the orders to.
Oh, very true. And the other thing, I hired one girl, her name was Holly, and then her sister, and Melanie, and Adam came. Those are very loyal employees. They have been with me, I'd say 15 years or longer. So I thank them very much for being loyal.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think that is your secret of success, is that you and your husband have created and upheld the memory of Emilio and added your own special family love to that. Is that right?
That's right. But my husband, only worked 2 years because him and I could not work together. So he just kind of left, and we were kind of thankful for that.
Well, and he was in the food industry for a long time,
yes.
So he knew kind of the workings and how to make a successful restaurant, and and then he could do that and then leave, and then you guys all had that great chemistry here, and it worked out beautifully.
And the thing of it is, when he was in the kitchen, he didn't want any help at all. And when he worked at Quality Inn, he actually had little imaginary barriers, and none of his employees could cross that line.
Wow, he's like, yes, chef.
So that's kind of why what happened here. He didn't want you passing this line,
Right, sounds like a real chef to me. I
Yes.
mean, they're very, that's their mise en place. That's their space, and it's, and I can totally understand that.
There you go.
I love it. There's so many questions that I have for you. Is there anything you just want to say that I haven't asked you? Because I've got tons more questions, but
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we've got most of it, what I wanted to say about Emilio and my employees and my family.
Yes, amen to that. And
Yes.
now the customers, there must be still legions of loyal customers that have been there from the beginning, like when you first started. Is that true? Do you have customers that have been there when you started
Yes.
that still come back?
And what's funny is I came home one day and we were busy and I had a handful of money, and my husband said to me, well, all your customers are old. And I said, but they'll have kids and their kids will have kids. So I have probably 3 and 4 generations of family that the kids and grandkids come.
And they love it, right? The kids are loving it.
And they all love it.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I think for me and my family, whenever we come here, it's just such a comfortable restaurant. Like Emilio's, I mean, his place, no frills, a big place,
Right.
This one's a little bit more cozy, but it's very much, simple and delicious. And when you sit down, you're just gonna, you don't even have to order anymore because they know what you like.
And most people know what they have, or they're gonna have even before they get here.
Yes, and we kind of obsess about it. We kind of think about it. But for me, the moment we sit down, we really feel like we're in your family kitchen. So I want you to know.
And that's good. I'm proud that everybody feels that way. I really am.
This is really, we feel home here, and
Right.
you really created that special something that no one else has. I brought my mother here just recently, and during the pandemic, we couldn't come a lot, but I remember we were one of the first people that came when you guys first opened again. We were like probably the first ones in here. And then just recently I brought my mother here, and I have never seen her even more happier, more giggling, more excited, more tortillas, she was just, her whole spirit was lifted. So I just wanted to share that that's what you do for us, and we appreciate it so much.
And And that's why we try to take the time with new people and bring them out a sample plate so they can pick and choose what they want.
Tell me about that. So
Well,
you've got a nice little sample
It's
plate.
just a little plate like that. It
Yeah.
has rice on it, beans on it, gravy on it, meat on it, and chicken on it. So if you're new, we bring that out so you can try and say, well, I like this and this and this, and then my help will say, okay, why don't you have a half and half burrito with half meat, half beef, or whatever, and then we can do it any way you want.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that because not only is the food great here, and it's very straightforward, but I think it helps to create future generations of chefs, because once you're done eating, I don't know about anybody else, but I'll save some of this, save some of that, and I will build my own little tacos
Yes.
from the tortillas.
Yes.
And I think that helps people to be creative and to play with their food a little bit and just to inspire some new ideas. So
There you go.
you've got the hold on that too, for sure.
And we can also, our beans have lard in it, so for vegetarians, if you tell them that you can't have that, then they can work around it. The meat doesn't, the chicken doesn't, and they can, if we have cold beans, they can get you out beans with no lard. So just ask a lot of questions when you come.
Oh my gosh, that's great. And you know, I brought some magicians here and a friend here that is also gluten-free. And you have good news about that too.
Yes.
Yes, so they can make it gluten-free.
Yep, we can.
How exciting is that?
Yep, we make even the gravy with a gluten-free flour and stuff. It's not, the consistency is okay, but it's not like the other gravy.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. What's your favorite thing that you like to get when you come?
I love the beans,
Yes.
and then I
Yes.
love the meat.
Oh,
So
that's great.
we like to take that home. While we do a cheese enchilada with eggs for breakfast, which is to die for.
Oh my gosh, we
And
might
then-
have to have that recipe.
And then I like to take a frying pan and I lay tortillas in the bottom, and then I put meat and beans and cheese on it, and put a lid on it, and then it gets crispy on the bottom. It's to die for.
I love it. And that's another great point, is that not only is it fun to come eat here, but I will often I will order things to take home.
Yes.
Beans, I'll order gravy, and maybe some tortilla chips, because I love to make the Amigos with it for breakfast.
Yes.
And so I think that people, you know, when you're here, also get building blocks for another meal at home.
They do.
I bet your takeout has been very busy, and especially during the pandemic, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think you saved a lot of people with
With-
great food
There you
and
go.
comfort.
There
So,
you
oh my gosh, when you were at the restaurant, starting at the restaurant, the original one, what did you eat back then? And did you love it back then, or were you, you know, when you work in the food industry, you're around it all the time, so you're like, oh, I eat it all the time. But you're probably never tired of it.
I never was tired of it. Like I said, I worked there 22 years and I ate that food every day.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
But I only worked weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, after I started working at the school.
Sure, sure. Now, what did you do at the school?
I cooked, of course.
Oh my gosh, so you're in the lunch program then, right?
I was in the lunch program.
I am too.
I started out at the elementary and then I moved to the high school and ended up being an assistant baker.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
I hate
great.
baking because you have to watch everything exact.
Yes, yes. It is fun because I'm also a lunch hero, and I think it's a wonderful job for food service, right? And
Right. Well, and I love the kids hugging you and that kind of stuff. And
you really make their day,
you do.
know.
You do.
And it's exciting that you have your whole family's here, and you also have the third generations. Tell us a little bit about the third generation now.
I have two grandkids. Carrie has a boy named Aiden, and he works here part-time. And then I have Brian's daughter, Kaylee, and she works here part-time.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I know that they will appreciate that as they grow, and they've got the golden ticket for just the most amazing place here.
Right.
And so,
Like I said, I don't think
yeah. That's all right.
It's too hard of work for them.
Yeah, it is physical, and in the food industry, you know, people think it is very physical, but I love working as a lunch lady because it's just enough exercise.
Right.
It's like 5-hour day instead of 10-hour day.
Yep,
Right.
5-hour days, yep.
Yes, and how many days would you work, like restaurant people work, like 10 hours or
Well,
so?
ours are 5-hour shifts.
Okay.
They're not really long shifts.
that is perfect. So if anybody wanted to work here, how fun would that be?
There you go.
That would be great. But sounds like you've got a wonderful, well-oiled machine here.
Yep, and I hope it stays that way. Thank you, employees.
Oh, best, the best. Well, we're going to take a little tour around, but is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody out there?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
All right, well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to take a little tour around, so stay tuned.